All right, in this video, I am going to show you how to strengthen your left hand. I get so many complaints that, your left hand isn't as good as your right, and that's very common, figuring most people are right-handed. It's common to have a weaker left hand, and the only way to get better at that is to work each finger properly. So this exercise that I'm going to give you is actually kind of a two-part exercise, and that you're also going to learn a little bit about scales while doing this. This is a great exercise you can do every day. I highly recommend using a metronome to do this. Metronomes always make exercises more efficient. They always put a little more pressure on you to do it correct. So remember, I'm going to go probably a little bit faster than you may be able to go, but speed is not important. Always go slower so that you can do it correctly. So what the exercise is you're just basically going to work up chromatically and play the first 5 notes up and back of each scale, right? So for example, right, if we're doing C, right, we're starting on C, we're just going to play C, D, E, F, G, and go right back F, E, D, C. So like that. As soon as we finish that, we're going to go up chromatically, right? So up 1 step. Right? We're going to do our D flat major, right? The first 5 notes. Then up to D. Then up to E flat. Then up to E. Then up to F. And so on until we get, right, all the way up to our C again. Until we're up to C. So I'm going to show you basically how I do it, right? And in order to do this, you basically just need to know the first 5 notes of a major scale, right? So major scale patterns, right, for the first 5 notes is just whole step, half step, whole step. So you start on a note, you do a whole step, then another whole step, then a half step, and then a whole step. And you can apply that to any scale. And if you want, I'm going to put some sheet music in the description so you can see it. So I'm going to do this exercise with a metronome, right? So right now, I'll slow my metronome down a little bit. I'm going to put it at 100. Like I said, this may be what you need to work up to. You can go as slow as 50 as you want. And I'm going to do 8th notes, right? So 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 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 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right. Notice how I'm keeping my fingers curved and every single finger is playing. That is really the benefit of this exercise. You're getting every finger to be used. 3, 4. Right, I'm going to keep working my way up until I've gotten to the C. Alright, so we're on G here. Now here's A flat. Here's A. Here's B flat. Last one, here's B. And that's it. And that would be the whole exercise. And you can just do that over and over again. Then you can work your way backwards if you want. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, you could work your way all the way down. If you really want to add a challenge to it, which will actually really help you with your scales a little bit more, is to go backwards on your way down, to go backwards and then back up, right? So for example, if we're doing, right, our B major scale, or actually we'll do our C scale, right? Rather than doing C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C, you do, right, you start on the last note. Right, there's B, here's B flat. Right, you do it backwards. It just adds a little bit of a mental challenge to it, more so than a finger challenge. Either way is great, but this will really help you with understanding your scales a little bit more as well. Right, and you can just work your way back. Just gonna turn the metronome. 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3, 4. Like I said, the benefit of this exercise is really that you're working every single finger, right? So, if you do this for one day, you're not going to notice a difference. But if you add this into your practice routine every single day for let's just say, let's be generous, right? Let's say you do this every day for 3 months. Your hand is going to get significantly stronger. Your fingers are going to feel so much more comfortable on the keys and so much stronger. You could eventually turn this into a 2-hand exercise as well, and do both hands at the same time, right? So there's few variations of this thing. So anyways, this is a video that is really going to strengthen your left hand, right? We need to get all your fingers on your left hand moving. That tends to be the problem, is just you haven't trained your fingers well enough, right? Learning piano, right? Not only is it a mental thing, right, where you have to understand notes and how notes work and music theory and scales and this, but it is a physical activity, right? It is something where you're developing muscle memory, and to develop muscle memory, it just requires repetition, repetition, repetition. The more times you can repeat the same figure, right, the stronger your fingers are going to get at doing it, right? There's no doubt about it. So anyways, like I said, if you need the sheet music, if you weren't able to follow along with the exact notes I'm doing, you're not familiar with the scales yet, I put some sheet music in the description that you can follow along with. I hope this video helps you. If you have any suggestions for other videos, please just let me know. I'd be happy to make them. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. It helps our channel keep running, and I will see you next time for the next video.